Hello everyone, it's Terry here from Cloudy Coral Designs. I am so glad that you are here with me today. For today's card, I am sharing a fun summer themed Slimline card. Here are some of the products that I will be using today. This is the Flirty Flamingos stamp set. I will be using alcohol markers to color in all of the cute little images. And to create the Slimline card base, I will be using the Build a Window number 9. I really like this die set because the possibilities are endless with this set. You can use all of the smaller dies that's included in a set to create different types of windows for your card panel. And for my sentiment, I am using the Slim Alphabet die set. I like creating my own sentiments, and this is a great basic to have in your stash. Okay, so let's get started. I started off by using the Slimline die to cut a card panel out of white cardstock. I am using See It With Stamps Color Me cardstock here. This is a nice heavy cardstock. So to create my windows, I am using the smaller rectangle die in the set. But before using it to cut out the windows on my card panel, I like to measure out the exact placements of the windows. You really don't have to do this, but I like to make sure that all my windows are equally spaced. To do this, I like using a T-square ruler with the grids on my craft mat. This will help with creating a straight line. First line that I need to create is going down the middle of the card panel. So I use my ruler and mark the center of my card panel down with a pencil. From there, I drew 2 more lines to separate the spaces into quarters. You can see how there are 4 equally sized sections on my card front. And now drawing another line in the center horizontally. And finally, I went to each of the 4 sections and drew a line down the middle. So in the end, you'll have 8 equal sections. Now going in with the window die, I placed that on one of the quartered section, making sure that the center marks of the pencil lines in the section is in the center of the rectangle window die. Then I taped it down and ran it through my die cutting machine. I repeated the process for the other 3 sections. Okay, so now let's talk about the cute flamingos. I stamped the images from the Flirty Flamingo stamp set onto white cardstock with an alcohol-friendly ink. I then went in and colored the images with several alcohol-based markers in shades of pink, green, and yellow. Once the images were all colored in, I went in and used the coordinating dies and ran that through my die cutting machine. So now that the window frame and the flamingos are all completed, let's talk about the background. I went ahead and cut out another panel using the Slimline die out of white cardstock. Then going in with 3 different colors of hybrid ink, I used my blending brushes to blend each of the colors onto the card panel. I started off with a light sand shade, then blended that in with a light blue shade, and finally blended that in with a light green shade. And to finish off the background, I added water and paint splatters to the inked panel. Okay, so for the sentiment, initially I wanted it to say summertime, but towards the end of the video, I did change it to summer vibes. So to do this, I used the Slim Alphabet die set and used that to cut out the words out of white cardstock. I like cutting it out multiple times and layering it together because it creates a nice dimension onto my card panel. I then used liquid adhesive on each letter, one at a time, and layered all of the 4 pieces together. So here you can see how nice and sturdy this looks. To create a little bit more interest on the sentiment, I also die cut the words out of black cardstock and glued it to the bottom of each individual letters at a slight offset. This gave the letters a little bit of a shadow. Okay, so now it's time to assemble all the pieces together. So for the top white window frame, I did line the bottom of it with foam strips. You can easily turn this into a shaker card by adding a piece of acetate and a few sequins, but I decided to keep it simple for today's card. Now, going in with liquid adhesive, I placed all of the elements onto the card front. I started off with the flamingos, then placed the sentiments and leaves. Then, removing the backing off of the foam strips, I placed a window frame on top of the panel. So now that the card front is finished, what I like to do is I like using the card blanks from Photoplay Say It With Stamps. This comes in a package of 10 and it comes pre-scored. So all that you have to do is enforce the score line down with a bone folder and then glue down your card panel. I like having this on hand because it saves me a lot of time trying to figure out the dimensions of the card base. For the final touches, I added a few heart embellishments, added white highlights using a gel pen, and added some sparkle with a shimmer pen. And there you have it! The card is now complete. I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and please don't forget to thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And if you are interested in any of the products that I used in this video, everything will be listed down below. Okay, until next time, have a wonderfully blessed day. Bye-bye.